Y'all, I am so excited to show you this next property that we are going to look at. This is in Redstone Commons, which is a highly sought after neighborhood in Crestview, Florida, because it has some pretty great amenities. So we are going to check it out. Right now I am driving to Redstone Commons, and it is on Redstone Ave, and some other things that are on Redstone Ave have just happened to be Riverside Elementary School and Shoal River Middle School, which are directly across from the entrance to Shoal, which are directly across from the entrance to Redstone Commons. So we are going to check it out. I'm going to give you a little tour of the neighborhood, of the area, and the amenities. And then there's also something else really awesome about this home. There's several awesome things, but I cannot wait to tell you all about them. So stay tuned, follow along, and let's check out this great Crestview home. Okay, everyone, so I am here at the entrance of Redstone Commons right here. And like I said, Redstone Commons is directly across the street from Shoal River Middle School and Riverside Elementary Schools. So you can see behind me here, this is Shoal River Middle School, and then Riverside is down a little bit farther. There are sidewalks here so your kids can leave the neighborhood, ride their bikes, or walk to school. How cool is that? And then we're gonna go check out one of the best parts about this neighborhood. It's a beautiful entrance here with the fountains. I always love that, and it really kind of lets this neighborhood stand out. There's brick accents right here. Now, there are common area mailboxes at this neighborhood. We see that very often now with new developments in Florida, in our area specifically. They basically are kind of required to do it that way now because we're too close together for mailboxes at each individual house, and just too much work. So you can see the post office is actually here now and filling lots of mailboxes with mail. But pull right in, check your mail, and then here we are. So this is the common area. It is gated, locked, cannot climb that gate. Don't recommend attempting. And then we have key access. So look at this now. You can rent this area right here for a party. It is only for residents of Redstone Commons. There are grills over here. There's a kitchen area for a sink. I have been here personally for birthday parties where they've had a bounce house over here in the grass, had all the food and decorating all under here. And yes, that is the pool, and we're gonna go check it out in a minute. But this is private property, and this is what your HOA fees can go to. There are bathrooms over here as well, so when your kids are at the pool, you don't have to worry about trying to run home. Sidewalks, gates, it's all locked gates, and so you absolutely have to be a resident and have the key access to be able to come. So check out this pool. We're gonna go in there in just a second. Now, over here, just outside of the gate, is the neighborhood playground. So let's go check that out. So you're on your way to pick up the kids from school. You meet them at the sidewalk. You come here, let them get rid of some energy after school, run around over here, get them up on this playground, let them release some of all of that wound up energy that they have. So much space here. And this is all common area and available to you as a resident of Redstone Commons. So we're headed back over. I want to get a good view of the pool. So we have the no entry, zero entry over here. So your littles can just walk right in. You can be here, your grandparents, with your family. Spend the afternoon at the pool. It does have a nice little like sitting ledge all around. There's no lifeguard on duty, so of course you need to use your discretion. 2.5 feet to 3 feet here, and as deep as 5 feet over here on this end. We have a double ledge right here. But look how beautiful this is, and this is here for the taking when you are an owner in Redstone Commons. All right, we're leaving the pool area, and I'm going to show you how close you are to everything here. The pool area does have its own parking lot, which is great. I have seen people drive here on their golf carts. I've seen kids bike here, walk here, all the things. So super easy, regardless of where you live in the neighborhood. But the house we're going to today is on the front end, so not that far away at all. It's the first left turn when you get in the neighborhood after the clubhouse. So Redstone Commons is a D.R. Horton neighborhood. It is fully built out, so there's no more construction happening within this neighborhood. They started this neighborhood in about 2016, I believe, are some of the oldest homes in that time frame, all the way up until a couple years ago is when they finished. And we are going to Merlin Court, which is just down this dead-end street with the cul-de-sacs, so you do not have through traffic driving by you all day long. And we're going to check out this great home. So here we are. Down there is the cul-de-sac that I was just referring to. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home. It is almost 2,400 square feet. I love this floor plan. Does have a split bedrooms. So when you walk in the front door, immediately to the left are the 3 additional bedrooms plus the guest bath, and then down into the main living area, and we will see the master. So right here, little alcove to the garage and the living room. Look at how much space is in here. There's so much space in this room. So you have plenty of space for the living room. Like, this is enormous living room space. You could have a much larger TV than what is in here and still have plenty of space. Then there's space right here for like a reading nook, a play area, an office. Like, how wonderful would that be? You could put a huge sectional in here. I have an awesome entertainment center up there. I've seen people add built-in cabinetry. Oh, just so much space. Has recessed lighting. It is wired for ceiling fans everywhere, but there are also recessed lighting in every single room. This is an LVP flooring in here. Very durable. I love this little space right here. Just imagine like a nice cozy chair there, a good book. And then, of course, it's open to the kitchen and the dining room. So we have the breakfast bar, and I really love how it has like a tricolor. So we have the granite countertops that are a little bit lighter but have that dark accent in them, and then the cabinets pull from that. The hardware on the cabinets is great. And then we have the white wall right here. It just helps like really keep it fresh and bright, even with the darker cabinets. It's not dark at all. And then they have the gray backsplash that pulls the color from the granite as well. And then there's also this little coffee nook over here. Love that. They've got some mail right here. This is the truest statement ever. Kind people are my kind of people. But I love the breakfast bar. I love the sink in the island. So you're right here looking out, keeping an eye on everything, of course. Look at the backsplash, tile backsplash. Stainless steel appliances. Let's check out the pantry. So we've already got the shelves ready to go in here. And then the dining room. It's a good space. So this table clearly sits for people, but you could very easily have a much larger table in here if you needed it. And then we have access to the backyard right there. The recess lights are great. I love the windows along the back too. And then also like these frames, they're not white. So it's just a little bit different. It's a little bit of an upgrade to not have the white framed windows. Okay, so here we have another little closet right here. And then we are into the master. So there's no carpet in this house. Master bathroom we'll check out in a minute. So here we are to the master bedroom. So much space in here as well. This room has plenty of space. So this is a queen size bed. And it also has like the bedroom furniture in here. But look at how much space is left for a sitting area, a desk, an office space. Tons of space right here. We have blinds in all of the windows. Really love this floor plan. Here's another closet, extra linen space. So master bathroom. We have the like a soaker tub with the shower insert above. So we don't have a separate shower in this one, but I think that the tub makes up for it because the tub is so nice and big. It's not your average, shower tub insert. And then it has another closet right here. So potentially this could be opened up to have a tile shower put right here. Keep your tub right there if you wanted to. And then a very large walk-in closet. And like I've said, if a closet has a light, it is one that you want. So look at this. Look how big this is. And then you have the double vanity. I love the mirrors. They match the cabinets. I really like all that. All right, now, again, another closet. So many closets in this floor plan. Love that. We'll take a little peek into the garage real quick. It's a 2-car garage. Pretty standard. Also has recessed lighting out here. Just a pretty standard basic 2-car garage. Plenty of space to park and for storage. Check out this light upgrade they have right up front. Really love that style of light. So here we are in the front hallway of the house. We have the second full bath. I love the mirror, same mirror there. And then the shower tub insert. And then we have 3 bedrooms over here. Again, no carpet in any of the bedrooms. These all have a great amount of space, and the closets are nice and spacious on them. And then this, I think, is probably about the biggest room over here. I'm going to actually open the blinds a little bit so you can see with the natural light in here. And then it has that little like alcove right there. Put your kid's desk there. You could put storage right there. You could put their dresser there. Lots of options right there. And then of course the closet. Your laundry room is at the end of the hallway here. Washer and dryer convey with this house. Front loading, lots of space for storage. And then here's the 4th bedroom. Faces the front of the house. Now we're gonna go check out that backyard and the back porch. So we are in Florida and it is August and it's afternoon and looks like there's a thunderstorm coming. That's pretty common for us. Just a quick little thunderstorm and then it'll roll on past. So here we are out onto the back porch. Love the covered back porch. Now what is so awesome about this back porch is that they actually have screen enclosures. They have remote enclosures that come down and screen off your porch. And then it's separated. So you could have one down and leave the rest open, but more than likely you would have the bigger one down and leave this one open. You're having a party, whatever you're doing. But how awesome to have that in Florida where we deal with a lot of mosquitoes, you deal with bugs, you don't want to have all of that extra, you want to be able to sit out on your porch and enjoy it without all of that. And that's a great thing to have. So this backyard actually backs up directly to Okaloosa Lane. So if you don't know, what that means is there is not a neighbor directly behind you. We have a gate here. Let's see if we can do a little exploring and a little trail, okay? We're gonna walk along this little trail here. Okay, we're not stepping on that, but that's here. Okay, all right. Only got a few scratches. So here I am, back gate right there, comes out to Okaloosa Lane, sidewalks right down there at that stop sign. That is the elementary school. So your kids get out of school, you meet them at the stop sign, they walk down the sidewalk and you are home. This right here is an entirely different neighborhood, so they are not bogging down your pool area or anything. They have their own. So you are right here on Okaloosa Lane. And then Okaloosa Lane just goes down. There's just more houses down there, but that's it. It doesn't go anywhere else. So let's navigate back to our backyard. If you buy this home, I will get you a nice path where you're not getting scraped by trees and cacti. Okay. Cute little gate, just a little walk-through gate. You don't need much. Has gutters on all sides of the house. So I'm gonna stand in this back left corner so you can truly see how big this yard is. So we have a walk-through gate on this side. There's a couple of trees already planted, which is great. You also have the trees in the shade right here. A lot of times what we see in these newer neighborhoods is that when the developer comes in, they kind of knock down all of the trees and then nobody has any trees other than what has been recently planted, such as those. So to be right here where you have trees backing you up, you're getting a little bit of shade from that and you're getting that nice environment. So over here on this side of the home, we don't have a gate put in, but very easily to make this a gate. You can make it a double wide gate, and then there's a concrete pad right here. You could put your trailer here. You could park your boat right here. You could absolutely pull through, and here you go. Look at this. And the concrete pad is already here. You could put a nice shed right there for all of your yard equipment, although the yard's not huge, so you don't have a ton of equipment to have to work with here. They did just recently remove a gazebo right there, which is what that is from. It's so peaceful out here.
Okay, so let's talk about one of the other amazing things about this home. This home is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, almost 2,400 square feet. This home also has a VA assumable loan. So what is a VA assumable loan? If you are eligible for a VA loan and you qualify, so you do have to qualify just like you have to qualify for any other loan, you can assume the existing loan on this house that the current owner has at their current interest rate. And you're gonna love this because the current interest rate on this home is 3.5%. You're not gonna find 3.5% buying a home that you're not assuming someone's loan right now. So you could assume the loan on this home at 3.5%, and then we talk about what is the gap. The gap is the difference between the existing loan amount and the sales price of the home. Now the sales price, we don't know that yet because you're gonna make an offer and we're gonna negotiate that with the seller, but we can talk about the list price. So we are currently listed at $415,000 and the existing loan is around $385,000. That is $30,000. So consider that like a down payment because you need to bridge the gap between the existing loan and the sales price. So you decide, you make an offer on this home, you're eligible for a VA assumption. It is a little bit of a longer process, maybe 60 to 90 days, but totally doable. We do them all the time. You're going to assume that existing 3.5% interest rate, the payment, incredible. Comment on this video and I'll tell you what the current payment is before taxes and insurance. But you're going to assume the existing balance of $385,000 at 3.5% instead of 6% or 6.5%, which is the daily rate, going rate. And you're going to make I'm gonna call it a down payment, but it's the gap payment of $30,000 or the difference there in cash. Now, yes, you can sometimes use a second loan, obtain a second loan for the gap money. I've also seen people borrow from their retirement when it makes sense, when the numbers make sense, it makes sense to do that. But in this scenario, because the numbers are so close, it doesn't make a lot of sense to get a second loan. It's going to be kind of hard, and they're harder to do that. There's not a lot of banks that'll do it. And so it's more feasible and an incredible opportunity if you have the funds to bridge that gap. So a VA assumption at 3.5% and a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home, $385,000 in Crestview, in Redstone Commons. What are you waiting for? I'm ready. I'm Heather Vaughn with the Property Group 850, and I'm gonna help you buy your next home.